A warm welcome to you viewers, and it's always a pleasure to be part of your Sunday evenings as we talk of crime issues affecting our society today. This is Crime Watch, and it's good to have you along. Murder is one of the crimes which has had a worrying trend in the country, and the ZRP continues to investigate such crimes and bringing perpetrators to book. In Mashonaland East Province, police arrested a 19-year-old man after he committed robbery and murder in Mahusekwa. The suspect was apprehended in Mutoko following a tip-off by members of the public.
We received information to the effect that there was a teenager who was driving around Kotwa recklessly, showing that he was not the owner of the vehicle. My team proceeded to Kotwa, where they picked the suspect, recovered the vehicle, and we discovered that the vehicle was not reported stolen, but the registered owner was a resident of Mahusekwa area. We went on to phone the owner of the vehicle, and he told us that his vehicle was being driven by Alpha Marokoto, who had gone to Shamba with some congregants for an Easter conference. We liaised with our counterparts at CID Marondera, who told us that they had a report of a suspected murder in which the deceased was left dumped by the roadside. CID Marondera then liaised with the owner of the vehicle, who came to CID Marondera. They escorted him to Marondera Hospital mortuary, where he identified the deceased as his driver. We interviewed the suspect at length, and finally he gave in. He even admitted that he is the one who had killed Alpha Marokoto. Surprisingly, the reason for the murder was that he wanted to take this Noah for him to drive around Zimbabwe. The accused person led us to a pit toilet where we recovered the now deceased passport and a driver's license after the detectives had dug the toilet.
We would like to thank members of the public for the overwhelming support we are receiving from them, which led to the arrest of this suspect. We are therefore encouraging members of the public to continue supplying us with information through the use of suggestion boxes and WhatsApp, which are playing a pivotal role in curbing crime.
Livestock is one of our country's treasures, and as the government tries to improve the national health through various programs, which include the Command Livestock program, some criminals are derailing government efforts through stock theft. In our program today, police in Marondera responded to an unknown caller, leading to the arrest of a man Americano Charlie for stock theft.
We received a tip-off from an unknown caller to the effect that a taxi driver was seen along Mrewa Road loading suspected stolen meat. We located the driver, who led us to Carlington Road along Winston Park, Marondera, where we arrested Americo Charles, and a search was carried out in his room, where we found him in possession of 78.5 kgs of meat. Investigation were further carried out, and he disclosed that he had stolen the beast at a farm along Mrewa Road. The accused person was escorted to the scene, and we managed to locate the carcass. The value of the stolen beast is 2.5 RTGS.
I would like to say thank you very much to the Zimbabwe Republic Police for having solved this particular stock theft. They picked up on some clues, and two details actually endangered themselves following up on this case and actually catching the thieves red-handed. Yeah, I was very impressed.
We are appealing to farmers to protect their livestock by branding and penning them. We also urge you to report suspicious people in your localities. And also to note that it is a requirement that whenever you want to buy livestock, you should follow procedures of involving traditional leaders, the police, and veterinary officers. Fake products continue to invade our markets despite them being a danger to life. In Mbare, police arrested criminals who were manufacturing fake stock feeds and selling them to unsuspecting victims.
We have got two cases which we are investigating. The first one is where some criminals were selling fake pig feeds, dog feeds, poultry feeds to unsuspecting buyers.
Machines yatakakwanisa kuawana achishandiswa kusticha masaga echikafu chiri counterfeit kana kuti chefake. Vakomana vari kuzama chaizvo kuti vashandise zvinhu zvinoda kuenderana nemakambani ari reputable anogadzira chikafu chembwa kana kuti chehuku kana chenguruve kana chemombe. Takazokwanisa futi kurikavha chisumbu ichi chine matiketsi iwaya avari kushandisa kunyora seriri pano iri rakanzi broiler starter mash.
We are also investigating a case where about 250 bags of fertilizer was recovered in Mbare area, and part of that fertilizer is fake. As you can see here, from the naked eye, this is pure sand. This have got negative impacts to the nation because farmers will buy this and at the end they won't achieve desired results. What I want to urge members of the public is that they should make sure that they buy from established companies. I also want to assure members of the public that as police officers, we are not going to tire. We are going to make efforts to make sure that we arrest these offenders.
In another case, ZRP Waterforce arrested a syndicate of criminals who were committing theft from car offences.
Mapurisa edu akanga achiteera nyaya yakanga yamhangarwa yokupazwa kwemotokari. Wasvika panzvimbo yakanga yaparwa mhosva, vakashandisa imbwa dzedu dzinoteera hwema kukwanisa kubata varume vatatu vaive vakatakura sacheo. Sacheo iyi yakazotariswa mukati mayo ndokuwanikwa ine zvinhu zvinoshandiswa pakupara mhosva dzekupaza dzimba kana kuvhura motokari dzevanhu. Mapurisa akazokwanisa kuwana mabhatiri anosvika iwo 13 aiva abiwa munzvimbo dzakasiyana-siyana muno muguta reHarare. Tinokurudzira kuna avo vane mabhatiri avo aive abiwa mazuva apfuura vauye vatarise mabhatiri avo pakamba yemapurisa yeZRP Waterforce.
We would like to thank members of the public for working hand in glove with the police, as most of these arrests were because of the information they supplied. We are in the second segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. The Zimbabwe Republic Police has dedicated the year 2019 a year of training its members so as to realign them to a new trajectory of policing in the Second Republic, where the thrust is to rebrand and reconnect with members of the public. Recently, Commissioner General of Police Tandavantu Godwin Matanga officially opened the ZRP 2019 academic year at the ZRP Staff College in Harare.
As an organization, we derive our legitimacy from the people, hence the need to continuously realign our policing trajectory with the demands and expectations of our clients. It is in this regard that we have dedicated the year 2019 to training. The Police Staff College should effectively discharge its integral role of capacity development, mindful of the need to address policing deficiencies from the operational levels, that is stations, up to the strategic apex. I wish to point out that efforts shall continue to be made to ensure that the Police Staff College is transformed into a modern institution, particularly in view of our dream of upgrading it to a police university. The outcome of all these ambitious developments should seek to advance the aspirations of the people of Zimbabwe through fostering a crime-free society.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police Staff College is an associate college of the University of Zimbabwe, and it offers diploma and certificate courses in various disciplines, and will this year be offering degree courses.
The college has scored a first by being granted the authority to offer the Bachelor in Adult Education Honours Degree in Police Studies by the Zimbabwe Council for Higher Education, ZINCHE. This degree program will be run under the affiliateship of the University of Zimbabwe. To this end, the college has made great strides in developing itself for this great feat. These developments include the installation of interactive boards to facilitate learning, dedicated Wi-Fi network. The college's human resource base also received a boost through the posting of 8 more qualified and self-motivated police lecturers who are prepared to take the college to another level. Through training, we will definitely transform our police organization and achieve our government's vision of transforming Zimbabwe into an upper middle class economy by the year 2030.
In the same vein, ZRP Harare conducted a workshop for sergeants and assistant inspectors to equip them with requisite skills and knowledge to help them perform their duties efficiently in an effort to improve police operations in curbing crime.
This event is a demonstration of the Harare Professional Updating Center's unparalleled commitment and dedication to continuously train its members in line with the ever-shifting terrain of policy in as far as crime management is concerned. Let me also hasten to say that our organization is also rebranding, and with the rebranding process we need also to be in sync with what is happening across the country in as far as policing is concerned.
We are going to reduce crime and improve our detection rate at our stations. It will go a long way in improving our standards as police officers, especially in crime investigations.
We promise to satisfy the needs of our customers, which is the community which will be policing.
The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Ambassador Kane Matema, has taken time to tour police provinces to converse with the police as the organization is taking steps to regain public confidence. Last week, he visited Support Unit Province and Harare Province, where he addressed police personnel on issues of concern. The Commissioner General of Police took the minister on these tours.
Support unit members are vital in performing duties which include public order management, counterinsurgents and reconnaissance operations, border patrols, escort and protection of VIPs, providing security at key and vital points, disaster management duties including saving lives and property, retrieving drowned bodies, among others. Guests of honor say, you will notice that most of these duties demand highly trained and skilled officers capable of using a wide array of weapons and tools. This crop of supporting officers should at all times stand tall and be counted as true and dependable eagles. We are quite clear in our minds that having dedicated the year 2019 as the year of training in the ZRP, changing the mindset and enhancing skills of members under support unit is therefore one of our top priorities.
After listening to the Commissioner General, your mandate as support unit was made very clear. On our part as a ministry and government, we are rendering to the police and support unit in particular the necessary support so that you are able to diligently discharge your duties. Equally, we expect the institutions and units to reciprocate government's gesture by performing beyond measure. I wish to applaud you for the bold stride you have undertaken in dedicating 2019 as the year of training in the ZRP. I'm confident that going forward, better days lie ahead. We all have a part to play in making the country achieve Vision 2030 that is transforming Zimbabwe into an upper middle income economy.
We take a short break. Join us shortly. are in the third and final segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. Bulawayo was a hive of activity as the 60th edition of Zimbabwe International Trade Fair, ZITF, was held under the theme Propagating Industrial Growth Through Trade and Investment. As usual, the Zimbabwe Republic Police took part in this yearly exhibition and exhibited under the theme ZRP Rebranding and Supporting Propagation of Industrial Growth. The ZRP stand at the ZITF attracted dignitaries and members of the public who had an opportunity to see and learn more about police operations. Following a superb display, the ZRP scooped 3 awards at the exhibition. They scooped a gold medal in the President's Awards for the Premier Zimbabwe exhibitor. They also got another gold medal for being the best displayed stand for 2019 and a silver medal in the non-commercial or industrial category.
I'm impressed with what I have seen here at the ZRP stand, especially the recalibration of the organization to be a viable organization of the Second Republic.
I've just finished a tour of the police stand at the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair. I must say that as Prosecutor General, it is one of the best stands. I'm very impressed by the ongoing efforts of the police to rebrand and to make it one of the most effective police forces, not only in Southern Africa but in the world.
Ngikhomenta nge-ZRP stand lapho ukuthi hayi silapha kuhle kakhulu. Amapholisa enza umsebenzi wawo ngendlela. Hayi konke uhamba kuhle, lezigebengu ngiyathaba ngoba thesi bayazibamba. I'm so happy nge-ZRP stand because basiphethe futhi kahle amapholisa. Ngiyawathanda kakhulu.
We've enjoyed discussing with the police about e-communication, that the police are inside the community. They are just like a fish in the water. The fish cannot survive outside the water. So police want to communicate with the public and get information from the public so that we all do one thing for the sake of justice.
Tadzidza futhi nezvama young police, whereby our young children, our children have to learn about how to keep up the country, avoiding kuita zvema-drugs, avoiding kuita zvemisikanzwa, vanokura vachiziva mutemo.
Meanwhile, crime at the ZITF was suppressed as police deployed adequate personnel in and around the venue so as to sniff out any criminal activity.
I would like to applaud the men and women police officers of the Zimbabwe Republic Police for exhibiting good performance throughout the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair. It is our duty as police officers to maintain law and order at such events as enshrined in the Constitution of Zimbabwe. I would like to thank members of the public for their cooperation during this year's edition of the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair.
We would like to thank everyone who made our exhibition a success. On a sad note, the Zimbabwe Republic Police family passes on condolences to the Mafanya family following the untimely death of Assistant Inspector Doreen Mafanya, who was one of our steering committee members at the ZITF. May his soul rest in peace. It's back to school this week, and as our children travel back to their respective schools, let us all take precautionary measures so that our children are safe from road traffic accidents. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe had this message to all travelers.
We are in the season, back to school season. We have parents with students who are supposed to be transported privately to their schools. We are urging you parents to make sure that the drivers are qualified and have what it takes to drive our students from point A to point B. Parents don't just leave your children at the Rankin and expect that they will have a successful, safe trip. Above all, we are encouraging the culture of self-policing. You realize that you have a trip and you know as a family or as a church that the person who is driving that particular vehicle is not licensed. And you allow that to happen to the extent of praying for journey mercies for a person who does not hold a license. So we want to appeal to the inner person of every one of us in Zimbabwe to say, let us inculcate this road safety culture. Night driving is very bad. It contributed to the greatest fatality this past Easter holiday. So why do we continue to commit the same errors? Drivers are making choices which are terrible, choosing to kill people. Passengers are dying in their silence. That's a choice not to speak. You must speak out as passengers. And our students who are in high school have a voice. Please make your voice heard. We want road safety clubs in those schools. We are happy that the school curriculum now has road safety topics. So we want schools to invite the Traffic Safety Council to come and make sure that we catch our children young enough. They will actually be the best road safety ambassadors.
This brings us to the end of today's episode of Crime Watch. Join us next week as we give you more about the Zimbabwe Republic Police.